Is it bad if you want to isolate from everyone due to infertility? No. I think there's a reason that you want to isolate, and that is your body and your mind telling you that you need some space. When you go through infertility, this is a traumatic event, and we are frequently surrounded by all the reminders of what we don't have, of the thing that is causing the traumatic event. And I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to avoid that. Now, I do think that needs to be tempered, like reasonable, like don't miss Mass, even though I think that is a temptation for all of us, especially during Mother's Day. As hard as that is, I think we're going to Mass for one reason, and that's Jesus. And yes, it's awful that we have to be distracted by all those other things, but that's something to take to Him. I think that part of the struggle with the isolation and that desire to not be around other people is also a fear of being vulnerable. So I think it's helpful if we can learn to be vulnerable and learning how to talk to these people and share our hearts so that they truly know what we're going through. A lot of people don't change their behavior or, the actions because they don't realize how deeply it really is affecting us. And look, there's something they can't change, some things that they can't change and that they shouldn't change. But there are some things that they can do differently, like the topics of conversation. That's a big thing that we do have control over. Sharing their hearts with you. Once we are vulnerable with them and share our hearts with them, they're more likely to share their hearts with us. And then we can kind of exchange that suffering. Well, not exchange the suffering, but we can meet each other in that suffering. And I think that's really valuable. So I would say don't go to the events that really cause your mental health to be affected deeply. And also share how difficult these things are with your friends or your family members. Some things they can't change, but it doesn't mean that they shouldn't know how deeply they affect you. And something that I think is really encouraging that I learned eventually is that you're not always going to feel this way. It feels like you're always going to feel this way, but that's not true. That's a lie that the devil wants you to believe. There is hope. There are many women who are walking proof, not just me, that you're not always going to feel this way. Lean into the pain, sit and feel that pain and take it to God and let Him take you step by step forward, because you're not always going to want to miss the baptism. You're not always going to want to miss the birthday party, but it's okay that you're feeling that way right now. I'm praying for you and I'm wishing you the very best.